What's up, YouTubes? Johnny V here, New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm here on Decatur Street where it merges with North Peters. So now it's just North Peters. But I'm just driving towards Canal Street from like Esplanade area, Esplanade Avenue area. Up here on the left is Cafe du Monde, the beignet spot. Right over here. This street is like the southernmost street before the river. The river's right over here. So this street parallels the river for right now. Coming up on Jackson Square. Jackson Square will be to your right over here. St. Louis Cathedral and all that stuff. The Cabildo. Can't really see too much of it. Try to get you a shot between the buggies.
If you have an iPhone, please put it in slow motion. It's a really good slow motion video. If you are Asian, you're making photo now. If you are white, if you are black, put it in photo. And if you are Mexican, just remember this photo. That's why it's not
Little shows going on in that little bitty area.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to take this dangerous flip. But before we take the flip, everybody stop what you're doing and please give light for rapid control.
Almost 80 degrees. Almost December and almost 80 degrees. Let's see, today is November 22nd. And it's almost 80 degrees. 79 degrees. Oh, it's t-shirt and shorts weather for sure. Over here is the Jackson Brewery. It's not a brewery anymore, it's just a shopping area. I don't know if you can see the cathedral through in there. Bunch of bars and shops and restaurants. This place is kind of new to me, Earthbound. I never heard of that one. A lot of fudge and praline shops. Cafe Beignet. always have this Weed World candy shop. Weed is not legal here. Recreational weed is definitely not legal. Not sure about medicinal weed. That may be legal. I don't even remember anymore. Can't even keep track anymore. Now we'll break off. We'll stay on Decatur. We'll get back on Decatur Street. If I'd have gone straight, you'd have been on North Peters still. Up here is the House of Blues. Up in the next block is the House of Blues. Right here on the right is the House of Blues. I believe the address is like 225 or something like that. Oh yeah, it is that. It is 225. Well, I'm such a good rememberer. I'm such a good rememberer. If you go straight, I believe the street turns into Magazine Street. Might be Chapatoulas, but I think it's Magazine. Yeah, Chapatoulas is over where North Peters, I think, turns into South Peters and Chapatoulas if you break off. I think this is gonna be Magazine Street. My trusty map out. Yeah, Magazine. North Peters kind of turns into Chapatoulas, but then a couple blocks later, I believe it's South Peters again. I mean, Chapatoulas Street continues, but there's another street added, South Peters. I don't know. It's really close. Coming up on Poitras, the red light up there is Poitras Avenue, which is kind of like the central business district. Like the office buildings and stuff like that. Mostly high rises. Well, I'll say high rises, but take that in context. This is New Orleans. So the tallest building is probably about 50-55 stories. That will be the One Shell Square, which is not called the One Shell Square anymore. That was perfect. Did a 360 and then the light turned green. Look at that. That's the United States Court of Appeals building on the right. And in about 5 or 6 blocks will be the World War II Museum. You can actually see it sticking up there. See WWII. That's a World War II. Which I don't think they actually call it that anymore. But I still call it the World War II Museum. They're constantly doing construction. Man, they're making that thing mammoth. The thing is huge. They're constantly adding on. Look up top. I'm sure that's for that museum. They're constantly adding on exhibits, and I mean, spend a day if you want to go see that. Book a day, plan a day, at least 4 or 5 hours, because it's freaking gargantuan. There it is, right there, and it continues on the other side of the block. That's a Solomon Victory Theater, museum store. It's open during construction. It's a World War II museum. It says. They used to call it like the D-Day Museum. And up here it says the National World War II Museum. I don't know if you can read it. That's a restoration pavilion. They restored a boat. Can't think what it's called. It's called like a torpedo boat from the era. They restored it here, and they rode it on city streets into the river. They rode it. I mean, it was one of those amphibious boats, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was one of those amphibious boats. And they rolled it on city streets. And they went into the river, and they took the what we call the Industrial Canal, which is a waterway that connects from the river to the lake. And now it's just been on the lake forever, because it's doing tours out there. Oh, it's a PT. It's a patrol torpedo. Is it PT 315? I believe is the name of the boat. It's a PT boat, and it's funny that the 315 is the price. the number of the boat is PT 315, and 315 is the price if you want to go to do a tour. They take you on a tour of the Lake Pontchartrain on a little boat ride. Over there is what used to be the General Lee Circle, but they took him down because he owned slaves, so that's bad. So we gotta tear that page out of the history book. So, man, they took down about 4 statues here, 4 or 5, when our last mayor was mayor. So, I think he thought he was gonna be president. He has no shot of being president. It's ridiculous. And now this is St. Charles Avenue we're under right here. We're waiting at the red light where the crossing street is St. Charles Avenue. How long is this video? 12 minutes? Yeah, it's probably long enough. There's not much more to see here. I'm about ready to jump on the interstate and go back home. I got like a 3 or 4 mile ride. You see our homeless over there underneath see those tents over there? It's homeless people living. We have a homeless problem here. I think partly due to the good food and good weather. The weather's pretty good year-round around here, so it doesn't get really cold. It's like I said, it's 80 degrees now in end of November. I think we have a lot of transient people come down here from other parts of the country just because the weather's good. Alright guys, remember if you like my videos, click the thumbs up. Of course, I don't know if that's the actual reason. That's just my take on it. If you like my videos, click the thumbs up. Leave a comment, all that good stuff. I'm jumping on the interstate right here. Y'all have a good day. Peace out.